Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to welcome you to The Matter. You're probably wondering who's this handsome guy standing in front of you. I'm joking. My name is Sim Bulele, and I'm not rolling alone. I'm with Adib. So basically, at The Matter, we'll be talking about matters, things that are happening in and around us. So your social, economic issues, anything, we'll be chatting about it. But I think the one thing I like about what we're doing is it's not just conversation, there's a bit of action to it, you know?
So I think the important thing about it is the implementation.
Sure.
So we are obviously a NGO organization. Obviously, we will elaborate as we will do the career development, youth development. We will be working in various societies, and obviously we will give you guys weekly, monthly updates on this platform.
And you're probably wondering why we are standing in this aesthetically pleasing place. We are not here for that, but there's an issue we want to deal with. I'm sure, as you guys can see, these are broken tracks, or broken trains rather, that have not been used. So these are the type of the matters that we want to deal with, where we've got to attack the actual things that are broken. And this is a very figurative example that we're using. We're not necessarily talking about the trains, but there's a lot of stuff that needs to be dealt with in our communities so that it actually, but we need to go back.
Yes.
We need to go back and go into our community so we can deal with the broken stuff.
And I think that taps into what we're trying to achieve as an organization. We're looking at fixing certain things in the community, fixing certain things in society, looking at educational things that are not functioning well, things that we actually broke down over certain a period of time. Same as what we have behind us. This was broken down, and we need to go back. And this is not a hopeless case. Don't think that it looks like this, that it can't be fixed. If we put a helping hand and making sure that we give our assistance and setting up certain fundamentals that will guide youth, guide communities, guide societies into fixing things like this, we will be in a better state. And that is why we're backtracking. We were by the nicer side, as you mentioned, but we're moving downwards so that we can also see the things that are not functioning well, that we would love to improve, that we would love to have our input in, and obviously improve in the youth, especially, because if we don't do youth development, the future is going to look very blank.
Can I just ask you, so there's a viewer right there who's just there like, how does this and the podcast work? Are we just doing a podcast and we're talking about these things, or is there a bit of action to what we're trying to do?
So that is why I mentioned the organization. We've registered a registered organization that will assist in the actioning of what we discuss. So there will be various factors that we want to cover. We set up systems that works for the youth, equipping them with the necessary skills, equipping them with how businesses function, and then obviously transferring that skill so that they can understand how the real world works. And then from there, we will obviously tap into various concepts. It won't just be one career path, because that is the issue that we're facing. People, especially the youth, they don't know which career path to follow. And by the time that you as the higher education come to them at grade 11 or grade 12, it's too late. Because whatever they were supposed to be prepared for, they don't have the necessary tools in order to fix what, or their direction where they want to go into.
I hear you. And I think, what just came into my head as you're speaking now is just the realization that if these trains are just chilling here and doing nothing, it means there's someone without a job, there's someone without food, because there is no opportunity. So I like the fact that, these skills development are going to give, our youth something, to work with, and, for them to provide for their families. And I think on the podcasting side of things, these are nice, interesting conversations that we're going to have. The conversations are not going to, on the podcast, they're not just going to be skills. We're going to talk about a whole lot of stuff. We're going to deal with a lot of stuff. Some conversations might be a bit controversial, but that's the matter. That's the matter that we need to deal with, and that's what we're all about. So I'm excited. I am excited. It's going to be wonderful.
It's going to be brilliant. And I think also, like you mentioned, that is the matter. Whatever matters to us, we need to address. And we need to go fix it. so that it can matter to other people
Sure.
as well.
Mm,
And I
definitely.
think that is what ties in with what we're trying to achieve and what we're going to strive for. And that, like I mentioned all the time, we don't have a goal in just here.
Sure.
We have a vision,
Cool.
and
Ooh,
we want the vision to be so broad that we touch everything
Sure.
and everything,
Sure.
so that there's no stop to it, and that we can just move forward.
Brilliant. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is how we're going to wrap up our little intro video. We are out in the green. We are chasing greener pastures. We would like that you do like, subscribe, follow all our social media platforms. There you will find them at the bottom here. I hope it popped up or your phone's buffering. It's not us, it's you. And we will gladly bring forth all our matters. I'm excited, man. I'm really excited for the podcasting side of things where we discuss things and also the action through our NGO. So I'm grateful and I'm very excited. I think that's the word.
And I think the initiatives in terms
Yeah,
of
all the
the and I think this was not by chance that we selected this area, because if you look behind you, this is how we would love to grow.
ooh,
So allow us to grow as youth, like this tree got the chance to grow throughout the years.
sure.
So give us the opportunity and give us the platforms, give us the support, and in terms of that, we will appreciate and show the results at the end.
And that is the matter.
Thanks.